Safety is a movie coming to Disney Plus on December 11th. It's inspired by the true life story of Ray McElrathbey, who was a student athlete at Clemson. And while he was a student athlete there, he had to actually adopt his 11-year-old brother. And so it's their story. And I play Casey Stone, who's an aspiring sports reporter who meets Ray, is attracted to him, wants to know more about him. And he's kind of acting strange. And when she finds out that he's actually taking care of his 11-year-old brother, she becomes a really big champion for them, a cheerleader for them, to ask for help from the community so that he's not doing it all by himself.
I play Ray, the 18-year-old courageous student athlete who puts everything on the line when he steps up to take care of his little brother, Famar.
It's a great story. And it's so heartwarming, especially for this time of year and this year we've been having. How does that make you feel?
Like you said, heartwarming. We need something like this. This movie really hits every emotional pocket, from laughter to crying to anger. I got to feel everything while shooting this. So I can't wait for you guys to go through these emotions and get some of that good stuff.
I feel like we all want to just cuddle up and watch something that's going to make you feel good. But also the movie is about sacrifice. And I think we've all made huge sacrifices this year, obviously. And so I think we'll be able to relate to Ray's resilience and his courage that that you'll see in the film.
What was the first thing you did when you found out you got the part?
Scream. Yeah, it's like a dream come true. And my managers love to do this thing where they all hop on the phone and then they call you like you're in trouble. So of course I was nervous, but when I got the news, I was screaming because I had been testing with this casting director for a minute, Vicki Thomas, who's phenomenal. To book with her especially was a dream come true.
I went and I read probably like 3 or 4 times. And then the last time I read with Jay Reeves, who plays Ray in the film. And I remember when I left going, that went really well. It went really well. I feel good about it. And obviously it did because I got the role, and I actually knew Reggie, our director. He's worked with my dad before. So I went in and I felt comfortable around him, which was really nice.
What was it like filming in the Clemson stadium?
Electrifying. I still feel the chills when I think about it. Definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I never even imagined myself really being in South Carolina for that long, but to go down there and not just see the field was great, but the community, the support that place has. I wish the world would just reflect that, Hopefully we can get the world to do that when they watch this movie.
What was really cool is we got to actually shoot at a real Clemson football game. There was 80,000 people in the stands. I was in the student section to film my bits in the, cheering on the boys. And we had to tell all the other students, like, put your cell phones away. It's 2006. There's no iPhones like this. Like, don't have them out. But it was really cool for the boys because they got to actually run down the Clemson Hill, which is very iconic thing to do. And they actually got to do some plays on the field with everyone cheering for them, which only collegiate athletes get that moment, and they got to do it. And so I was teary-eyed in the stands watching them. Probably one of the most memorable parts of filming that movie was doing that.
I saw on Instagram you had posted a picture of the huge advertisement of Safety on Sunset. How was that for you, kind of just seeing that? And
yeah, I mean, it's so crazy. I'm not even on the poster, but there's this huge, it's on the side of a building. It's massive. And when I saw the boys started posting about it, my other castmates, and I live down the street. So I told my boyfriend, get in the car, we're going to go see it. And I'm like running down Sunset Boulevard in my mask. And it's really surreal. We made this movie a year ago. And so much has happened in that year, especially in 2020, that now seeing it come out and in such a big way, it's just so exciting. I can only imagine how it feels for the boys who are on the poster.
Right. I noticed on your Instagram too, you had posted a shot of the building with the movie poster on the whole building.
Yeah.
Did anyone call your mom?
Yeah. Yo, so my mom actually came here to America at the age of 16. And her biggest dream was to come to America, and she had this dream that she was gonna marry Michael Jackson. So for her to come here and however many years later to see me on something like that, it was more so like an insider to her. But it's crazy because I even worked underneath that building at the Chinese restaurant. So it's just been full circle for not just my life. I'm pretty sure everyone involved on the project.
Amazing. Where's your mom now?
My mom is a nurse working through the pandemic in Maryland. So shout out, Mom. I love you. Keep working hard. You're my hero.
Oh man, that's great. So do we call you a triple threat, a quadruple threat, or because you got a lot?
I'm just trying to use everything I can. One thing I realized, especially with shooting safety, is when you use your gift, it elevates another gift or someone else's gift. So you don't just hold the key to your success, you hold the key to many. So I just try to just anything that I naturally feel organically. I don't ever want to not be honest, but if it feels organic, I'm gonna do it.
What are you focusing on now after this project?
After this project, focusing on just creating. I make a lot of music. I make about 7 songs a week, which is that's a cool number. And it's just because it comes fun. But outside of that, just working. I love to read. I love to watch movies. So just staying creative, and that's why I'm not mad at staying at home, because I could just be in my domain.
Well, I actually got to be pretty productive during this quarantine 2020. I started a podcast called Am I Doing This Right? That's going on right now. And then also I have a Netflix show that I'm producing with my dad based on our relationship and my life, essentially, called Dad Stop Embarrassing Me. That'll be out next year. That's been so much fun to film. We just wrapped like a couple weeks ago.
Speaking of your father, who's Jamie Foxx, of course you have the acting chops as well. I was wondering, is it kind of weird? Does it ever feel like people are like, oh, is she gonna be a comedian as well? Because that's where he started.
Actually, I get asked if I'm gonna do music a lot, because he's also a singer and a pianist and all that stuff. And I'm always like, if I could sing, I would be on tour. I would not be. I love music so much. I would have an album out. You would know. And same with comedy. I mean, I think I can do comedic roles, but I'm not a comedian. Like, I don't think you're ever going to see my stand-up special. I would love to, but he's really a jack of all trades, and he can actually do anything.
So does he ever give you advice for like this movie?
He's just my biggest cheerleader. And he believes that I can do anything. So him even he doesn't feel a need to give me advice, because he's like, you're amazing. You're so wonderful. Why would I tell you anything? But I have asked him for acting advice before, and he's always like, it's so easy, Corinne, anybody could do it. And then I go, yeah, Dad, that's easy for you because you won an Oscar. Right? So, but he's my biggest cheerleader, and he's constantly, literally in interviews, he's FaceTiming me all the time. How's it going? What's going on? I'm like, I'm working, Dad.